does
RC Movie News.
want at the end of the road.
Well, Agatha, unlike that bitch Billy, I do want power. I want subscribers. Can a road make that happen? So we've traveled the Witcher's Road, and as you can tell, it wants you to subscribe to my channel. It wants you to like this video. And it wants you to comment how your Halloween season was. And if you don't do it, you will have to face the freaking consequences of this road. Hey, don't look at me. I don't make these rules. This Witch's Road has commanded you guys to please do that. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Agatha All Along is officially now wrapped up and finished last week, dropping its final 2 episodes. Taking a different route than past series in the Disney Plus era, and they dropped, the final 2 instead of making us wait another week. Now, I did do a video for the first 3 episodes where discussing, I did enjoy the tone of this show when it first started. Now with the series ending and doing this video with all 8 episodes officially out, I do feel like this was a well put together show and story. My only issue again is, at the end of the show, where do these characters go from here and where do they finish that story at? Because it does leave us with somewhat of a cliffhanger in the final episode. So if you haven't watched the show or the last episode, please come back later and finish this video as I am about to get into some spoiler territory. Now that everybody's left that hasn't watched it, we end the show with Agatha giving in to death and giving up her life for Billy Maximoff after he trusts her enough to give her some of his power to help her heal and to give her powers back as she's fighting against death, Aubrey Plaza. And can I just truly say for a second that the casting is top-notch, I feel like. Aubrey Plaza as Death and Joe Locke are amazing actors to get behind and moving forward where they should end up showing up next to the MCU. I'm excited for them joining the MCU. They both did pretty well in this show. However, Agatha learning Billy knows this is pointless, as she kind of just discusses with him that you can't defeat death and that one of them pretty much has to die. Billy ends up saying it should be him and trying to make a noble sacrifice, in which we get to see the side of Agatha that we've been seeing all this time, that she doesn't really care, and starts walking away and making it seem like that she's not going to save Billy. She starts to walk away, Death starts to approach Billy, and Billy finally asks her in a heart-to-heart moment, is this how her son died? Agatha ends up turning around, kisses Death, that kills her, and Death pretty much allows Billy to walk away. Now, Billy being left to head back home, we're left with, right before this fight, the final trial happening, showing that Billy was able to transport Tommy's soul into a boy that was being held underwater and dying. That is one thing, we're left to wonder. Where and who is Tommy's soul in? Next, Billy Teen, the names he went throughout the show, makes it home to realize slowly that those words Agatha has been kind of saying to him the whole time throughout the show starts making a little bit more sense as he looks around his room and starts realizing that he has created the Witch's Road himself, and he has his mother's ability of warping reality into his own gain. Now it seems like he did this out of emotion. He can't control it, and that's where we kind of leave off, hearing that voice of Agatha, making us wonder if she's alive or not. So, this is where the last episode kind of comes into place. We get a little backstory of how Agatha becomes Agatha, which is tragic and understanding why she did what she did. We find out that her son was supposed to die right before he was being born, and due to death in her relationship, she gives her more time with her son, which it jumps forward, showing us a point to where what her son has been up to. And then it shows, Death does indeed come back and takes her son while she's sleeping. Laying path to Agatha, utilizing a song her and her son created to trick each covenant of witches that follows her to this Witch's Road for only her to know that it's not real. She's conning them and pretty much pissing them off to the point where they're attacking her. Remembering Agatha's power is when she gets attacked by witch's magic, she can absorb their magic, take it, And she ends up doing this for centuries, killing all these witches. And it also shows some of the people, it all kind of connects throughout with all these, witches they had at the beginning and throughout the trials, how they kind of connected to, like the Asian actress's mother. She is one of the ones that showed up when Agatha ended up killing her covenant. So Agatha at the end was connected to all these witches somehow due to her decisions throughout her past. And it shows us Agatha planned on doing this to the witches at the very beginning of the show. However, Billy was able to create, like I said, the witches' road through reality bending. Lastly, leaving us with Agatha being a ghost and Billy teaming up with her at the end to search for his brother, as Agatha still isn't ready to face her son or go into the light. With that being said, the only logical place this story picks up is, honestly, in my view, Agatha all along season 2. I don't see anywhere in the future where these characters can pop up in the future films of the MCU, as we're gearing up for Doomsday and Secret Wars. It makes more sense that they're planning a season 2 of this to finish this story, because I really truly don't believe Billy and Tommy are going to show up separately. Like, I truly believe we got to get the story finished for Billy and Tommy to show up in Secret Wars, and I really truly believe that is where Billy and Tommy is going to meet up again with Wanda and Vision to finally be that family and to get them all together again. But that's just my view. That's my opinion. I don't believe, it's not true or accurate, but that's the only thing that logically makes sense. I believe this will be coming out before Secret Wars, of course. This way, Agatha will get her full arc by the end of that second season, as I don't see her character going really much further into anything besides dying and being at rest with her son. She might, potentially get a scene with Wanda in the second season if they deal with that. But besides that, I don't see any use of Agatha anymore moving forward. Now, Def, on the other hand, I really kind of hope she becomes a villain again somewhere. She's an interesting character and force to be reckoned with, and it'd be interesting to see our heroes tackle that and try to face Def. And honestly, I hope they use the comic story, like, where Thanos was doing everything for her out of love. But I kind of feel like they should change that, maybe use another villain since we're past Thanos, and utilize that for Doom or Mephisto now. People might not like that, but that's just something I think would be different, creative, and that's something that, the MCU typically does. But with that being said, this show, if you haven't watched it, isn't too bad. I really, truly believe I enjoyed it more than I originally thought I was going to, just because it was put out during the Halloween season. It was nice having an episode during that season. I kind of hope they do it again for next Halloween, if they make a season 2. Each episode was entertaining. The story was good. At times, the horror elements, the new magical stuff they was doing, it brought freshness and good things to the MCU. And then a big chunk of it was mainly to see where they was going to go with the Maximoff, seeing where they're planning to put Billy and Tommy, and questions about Wanda and Vision. And the ending, honestly, it didn't feel too rushed or honestly bad. Like, this was an overall very good wrapped up Marvel show. Overall, I feel like this definitely is in the top 5 Disney Plus shows for Marvel for me. My only gripe, like I said, with the story is what they ended up doing with the Salem 6, or I believe that's what they was called. And how quickly they got rid of them in one episode. They set them up at the beginning of the show to be somewhat of a threat, only to be kind of just knocked off in one move to move on with story. That's my issue with these Disney Plus shows. They tend to do that in every show when they should be utilizing the time they have to work with those, and it was an interesting character designs. They was creepy. I wanted to see more action out of them. I wanted to see them actually potentially be somewhat of a threat than just knocked out. But, that's all for this episode of video on Agatha that I have for you guys. Check out Agatha All Along if you have not done it yet. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. And then please also check out my other videos if you're new to the channel. I have a lot of movie news, movie reviews. I should have a couple more coming out today and tomorrow. I've been kind of off. My schedule's just been kind of off. But I do appreciate you guys checking this stuff out when you guys get a chance. I really do appreciate you guys commenting. I want to build this community a little bit better. If you guys have a chance, comment, talk to me. Talk to me about whatever the hell you want. If there's something you guys want me to check out, I am doing movie reviews for, I believe I have it set up around $5 or $10. $5. $5 was I think what I decided. So if there's a movie you want to hear my thoughts on, I have a link. Message me down below. I'll send it to you. $5. I will get your review out within 24 to 48 hours. Thank you guys and have a good day.